Hi, this is Jan from Twinks Stamping. I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator and I've come along today to show you how to make the card that I've made here using the beautiful flowering blooms flower again. Absolutely love this one. It's probably my favourite out of all of the flowers the Stampin' Up's got at the moment. It's all from the same sets. It's the complete bundle I purchased. So it's got the flowers and the dies. I can show you that is the stamp set, Flowering Brooms. It's this one. I'm also going to be using this saying again, one of my favourite sayings. And this is the die set. We're going to be using this one today and this one to cut out a flower. Okay. So, you'll see that I haven't put much decoration on it. What I have done is flicked some Wink of Stella on there to give it a bit of a sparkle. I was going to use some gems, but they don't always go through the post very well, do they, the gems? So I thought I'd just give it a bit of a splatter. Okay, so we'll get started. We're going to need a piece of basic black cardstock, A4 size. Put it in your cutter portrait, the short side at the top, and you're going to cut down at 10.5 centimetres. You are then going to turn, and then you are going to score at 14.8 centimetres, and then again at 12 centimetres. Okay, so we'll move the cutter. So that is your base card. You're then going to need a piece of Whisper White, which will measure 10 centimetres by 11.5 centimetres. A piece to stamp your flower on. Then I did a strip of black, which measures 2 centimetres by 11 centimetres, and then a piece of Whisper White, which is 1.5 centimetres by, I don't know, maybe 10 and a half centimetres. It doesn't have to be exact because I've made them slightly bigger than the saying, the sentiment, and so that I can snip it off. Okay, so that's that. Then I just found a piece of spare card that I'm going to use to die cut my border out. Okay, so this is our main base card, and we're going to fold it in half. It pretty much fits. I'm going to pop it just onto my, what I do is I actually push the fold line and the card together to push it to the top so that I've got a perfectly straight edge at the top there, because sometimes you get a tiny weeny slither showing, and it's because the card's not exact, you know, when you're folding. So anyway, so that's one bit. Then you're going to fold the other score line back on itself. Just give it a bit of a, and because I'm not going to be doing anything with this other than putting my die cut on, I can actually glue that down. I'll glue it down now. I can get it out of the way. Very sticky this afternoon. I'm just going to pop some glue on there. Very messy. Doesn't matter because it's not going to be seen. That goes down like that. Okay, that's done. And then your mat's going to sit on there like that. We may as well go ahead and do that because it's not, nothing's going to be done to it. We're not going to be doing any stamping or anything on it, so we'll just get it out of the way now. Well, the sun has finally shone today, which is lovely. Always makes me feel so much better when the sun's shining. There we go. So that's your base card done. So we're going to be making a bit of a mess now. We're going to, a mess, I don't mean a mess. I mean we're going to be doing some stamping and we're going to be doing some die cutting. So it's going to be noisy because we're doing embossing as usual. Okay, so we're going to stamp and emboss our flower. Just see how beautiful this, make sure I've got no ink on my fingers. See how beautiful the image is on this. I think it's stunning. Look at that, perfect. We're going to dip it straight away into my embossing. Very lazy way of doing it, sorry. I'm going to leave that to one side for a second because it doesn't matter. I'm just going to give my stamp a quick wipe over with my cloth before I stain it too much. Unfortunately, I can't just wipe this ink off on the Simply Chamois. Doesn't work. So next thing we're going to do, we're going to stamp our image as well. So we might as well get all the heat embossing done and out of the way. Then it won't be noisy. Right, I'm going to try and get this right first time. Move that out of the way. Pop this on here. It's a bit of a guide. Down, straight down. Not quite so bad. Dip it into my embossing powder. So that's my stamping and embossing finished, and now we're going to do the actual heating now. The noisy bit, get that out of the way. Okay. I'll try to be as quick as I possibly can. Just want to heat it right up so it doesn't take too long. I'm going to use my tweezers for this. Doesn't take long. It's so effective. I don't know if you can see it shining. And I'm going to quickly do my flower. I don't want to overcook it. That is it. Sorry, that's all the noise out the way. Okay, so I'm going to sit down for a minute and we're going to colour this image in, and then we're going to cut it out and do all of our die cutting at the same time, get it out of the way. So I'll just sit and colour. Ooh, look at the colour of that. I'm actually only going to use the dark one on that bit. I'm going to use the lighter one for the rest of the flower. I say lighter one, it's still very vibrant. So hoping I don't go over the lines on the outside, because it'll really show. It's very pretty. After I finish this, I've got to go in and cook tea. Something to look forward to, isn't it? Or dinner. some people say. So at least the sun is shining. It's still very, very windy. Still very windy. I'm waiting for a nice warm day to go and sort out my grass patch that's just outside of my studio, where my steps are. I looked on the camera last night to see what it was that had dug up all the garden, but they've really made a terrible mess of my grass, so I'm not sure if it's badgers or whether it's foxes, because we couldn't quite see what they were. But I've got a feeling they were badgers because they look pretty big. They look pretty big. As I say, they've made a right mess, and I've got no idea why they would want to dig up, you know, just a bit of grass near some flagstones. That's all it was. But I say they've made a complete and utter mess of it, and I'm going to have to go out there when it's all dried up again, see if I can fix it. I'm sure I can. Actually looks like someone's been out there with a spade and dug it up. Okay, almost finished. The boring bit for you to watch. Say I am not a colourist. I just guess at it. But hopefully it will look okay. I'm sure it will look okay. It will look fine. There we go. That'll do. That will do. Just put a little bit of green on my leaves. So you can't really see it very well, but there's a hint there, just a hint of the green. That's probably the only one you can see it on. Okay, so that bit's done. I shall get the die cutting machine now, and we'll cut that out. Oops. Oops. Pop that on and retrieve the die. I actually prefer to do it on my right hand side. This one's just so beautifully, I don't know if I'm in shot or not, but it fits just so beautifully over the flower. That's that one. And then we'll pop this one on as well. I never know if I can get that quite straight because the bed of this is not flat, so it's difficult. I'm going to tape it up properly. Oh, look at that. Look, it popped straight up. So I told you it wasn't quite. Oh dear. Oh, you can't even see, can you, what I'm doing? Sorry. Pop that down like that. Oh, I don't know why I'm bothering. Don't know why I'm bothering. We'll see what it comes out like, shall we? If it's no good, I'll have to turn the tape off and start all over again. Not sure why I'm not going through there. Tie it again. Well, it was just tough to get that one through. Don't worry about all the clicking and clacking that goes on. It's perfectly natural. Get that off. Is this the one that I want to see? Right, it hasn't come out perfectly. So, I'm going to take that off for a minute. I had a feeling it was going to do this to me. So I'm just going to literally, you can actually feel it slot back onto the paper. Now this time, I'm just going to flip that over and go through the other way. And usually that will sort it out, she says. We'll see. All trial and error. There we go. It's beautiful. Come out lovely. Okay, I'll sort that lot out in a minute. There, that is lovely. So all we're going to do is just snip here. And then hopefully this should all come out. Fiddly fiddly. It's the trouble when they've got the decorative things like that, because they're like hooks. They hook on it to everything. It's done it again. So I want to make sure that that's going to fit across here. Yes. We'll just snip here. Get that away. Take out all my spare bits. Probably going to be cutting that bit off actually. Say that's a little trick that I was shown. If you put your die in one way on the plate, if it doesn't cut out properly, flip your plates over so that it's now going through that way, and it quite often works. I'm going to sneeze. So, oh, we haven't retrieved our flour. See how this has come out now. Hopefully, yeah, that's come out perfectly. Look at that. Gorgeous. Got a nice, leaves a nice little white border around it. Say those dies are absolutely gorgeous. Right, next thing, I placed my die cut over the black edge where I wanted it to be. So I'll just have a quick look by eye where I want it to be. So probably about there. Then all I did was I used some glue, and I just put a tiny drop. I don't know if you can even see that, because I do not want to have to fight with bits of glue on my card. So maybe different places you've got a bigger area that you could possibly put just a tiny drop. I don't know if you could see that. Can you see my little tiny little blobs of glue? You know, here. So I'm now going to put this onto my card. I'm moving it round and round and round. It's probably best like this. Don't Don't want to touch the bits of glue. See, I'm not worried about putting glue on these pieces. It doesn't matter, they're free. And then I've just turned it over and I'm just going to snip off the bits that we're hanging over. Stab myself with my scissors then. Okay, so that looks quite good, doesn't it? Very effective. And then all I'm going to do next is put some glue on the back of my sentiment. Just roughly where I want it. Like that. And then I'm going to chop that off in my cutter. Oh, blast. I'm going to need to cut myself another piece of black, because guess what I did? I chopped the whole lot off. Bit daft, but oh dear. Right, so I'm going to retrieve another piece of black card. See, we all make mistakes. Every one of us makes mistakes. So I want a 2-inch piece of card by 11 ish. So try again. Know what I did? I actually chopped the white bit and the black bit off together because the white bit was too long too. And I bet you were screaming at me saying that, weren't you? You haven't chopped the white yet. So now I can chop this piece off without chopping me white bit off. So none of us perfect. We all make mistakes in crafting. If I could show you the bin of today's efforts, I would show it to you. It's full of bits that I've made and weren't happy with, or bits that I've made that were wrongly measured, wrongly cut. I think it's one of those days today actually. But never mind. Get there in the end, don't we? I'm going to have a couple of days out or away from the studio this week because I want to do some sewing. Oops. I've recently signed up to a course, an online course, from a place called Beautiful Things, BT HQ. It is on the internet. You typed in Beautiful Things. The lovely lady there who does some fantastic classes for sewing. It's been years since I've sewed. So I thought I'd start right back at the basics and start doing some you know, simple projects. She goes right through, you know, to very advanced. So I want to do that tomorrow. I want to give making the cards and projects a little rest for a couple of days. Do some sewing. I'm not sure, I'm not the only one, but most nights I will sit in my room and indoors and I will crochet or knit because I have to keep my hands busy. I don't like to just sit and watch the telly. Yeah, so I want to do a bit of sewing instead. Right, where's me Winker Stella? The last thing to do is now to... Sorry, I just went ahead and did that, didn't I? I actually glued or adhered this to the card flat, and then I put dimensionals on the back of my flower because I wanted my flower to stick out. It's very, very pretty. And then I'm going to flick. I don't know if you can see that, can you? I'll pick it up and show you in a second. But I'll just flick. That's it, it's working now. That's it. No more. I could go mad. I don't know if you can see all my little flicks of glitter. And that is your card. So, once again, thank you very, very much. I really do appreciate you coming along and watching me. And for all you lovely ladies who have subscribed to my channel, I never in a million years thought I would ever get 100, or I never thought I'd get 20 subscribers, let alone 100. I passed that milestone yesterday. I'm absolutely thrilled to bits that I've passed that. And thank you. I hope that I'm not going to disappoint with my projects in the future. Anyway, waffling. Thank you for coming along. All my details are down below. My contact details are down below. My online shop is down there. My email address, should you want to contact me about any details of the cards or want to ask me any questions, more than happy to help. Also, my blog is there, which is www.twinkstamping.co.uk, and the Twinks Stamping's all one word, and there is 2 S's in the middle, so it's Twinks with an S and then Stamping, but it's all one word. Okay, I've kept you all far too long now. Thank you very much for coming along, and I'll see you again later. Bye.